Hi there. Today I'm installing a headliner shelf over our passenger and driver seats in our Sprinter van. We got this kit from Vancillary. It's pretty cool. It comes with the mounting brackets, mounting hardware. It comes with a template to cut out your wood. The plywood we're going to use is coming from our old sliding bike tray. We've upgraded that. We now have heavy-duty aluminum sliding bike trays, and so we got a nice piece of plywood we can use. But first, let me show you what all comes in the kit. You get a welcome card with a link to the instructions for how to put this thing together. You get 4 mounting brackets. There's 2 long ones and 2 short ones. These go right on the screws that hold the handles on the side of your sun visors. There's some mounting hardware, and then of course there's the template for cutting this thing out. Nice thing about this is that it shows you exactly the shape you need to cut into the plywood so that it'll fit your headliner. Another nice thing for us is that our old bike tray is going to fit perfectly. Now, part of this template includes this piece here, which is going to be the flange that goes along the rear edge of the shelf. We are not going to use that on this one. We have this real nice piece of aluminum. We're going to go ahead and use that for the rear edge of the shelf, just to give it some more stiffness and support and to keep things from falling off the shelf. The first thing we're going to do is confirm the measurements of the inside of our van between the sides of the headliner, just to make sure that template that we got is going to be the right size. So the first thing we do is we're going to mount the mounting brackets here. We get a flat blade screwdriver and just pry this little hook off. And then using a T25 Torx bit, we're going to take this hook off. And then we're going to use one of the longer mounting brackets and we're going to slide it behind this B pillar here until we see that hole line up. And then we'll reinstall this hook, making sure that the little tab on the bottom of this hook bracket goes into the hole there. And there's that. Slide the hook back on. Next we'll do this one up here, and for this one we use a T30 Torx bit. And for this one, we'll use the shorter mounting bracket. And again, it goes behind here until you can see that hole, so that then you can put the bolt back in. Okay, so we'll do the same on the other side. Okay, I just put the other brackets up on the other side, and let's see how wide this is between the brackets. Got about 54 and a half inches. So I'll go see how that measures up against the template. Okay, and right here, just like it says on the plan, we have 54 inches, so that's good. So the space in the van is about a ½ inch wider than this is going to be. That leaves a ¼ inch at each end, but that's good because remember the headliner curves inward as it goes up. So a ¼ inch on each end will help it fit that area better. Okay, now that I've confirmed that, I can start cutting. But obviously, first I need to take this old bike tray apart. Okay, now I can put the template on here and start cutting. To put the template on, I'm going to start by cutting along this straight edge here, which is the rear end of the shelf. It's the straight line that's just above the shelf flange. And I'm going to cut it with scissors as straight as I can. All right, and then I'm going to cut just outside this perimeter edge, maybe about a ¼ inch or a ½ inch, just to trim away the excess out there. And now with the straight edge that I've just cut off the edge of here, I'm going to put it against the edge of my plywood. This will save me having to do this cut. And I'm going to tape it in place with clear packing tape. I'm going to start at one end And then I'm going to pull this as tight as I can to get as many wrinkles out. And put another piece down here. And now that that's where I want it, I'm going to tape the entire perimeter right over that cut line. And now I'm ready to cut. Okay, I'm going to take this paper off and we will go see how well this fits. Okay, to get the shelf in here, we're going to have to angle these brackets back. I think that'll work. I might want to adjust that, tighten that guy up. But I think we're in business. Okay, and now that I know it's right where I want it, I'm gonna mark these for drilling. Okay, and we're ready to go drill some holes. Okay, I just did another test fit in the van just to make sure all the holes would line up, that all the bolts would go through the holes here and through the brackets, and they do. So that's cool. So I'm going to use this template just to mark the length for where to cut this, and then I'm going to eyeball the angle. So we'll cut it and see how that looks. Okay, so I cut it, I filed the edges so it's not too sharp. I went ahead and did another test fit in the van just to make sure it would fit. It fits, that's good. So the next thing is just to attach it to the shelf. Okay, so there it is. All I got to do now is put fabric on it and it'll be ready to install. Okay, I'm ready to put the fabric on this thing, almost. You might be wondering what happened to the driveway, where's the garage? It was so hot working there in direct sunlight that I decided to come to the park where there's lots of shade, lots of trees. It's a little bit cooler, so I'm going to be doing this on a picnic table. So that's why the change in surroundings. But anyway, so I've got my spray adhesive, got my fabric. I'll link these in the description below so you can see where to get them. I also have a staple gun and some staples because I have a piece of pipe insulation as well. We put this thing up in the van the other night just to see how it would fit, and then we had dinner, and then I forgot all about it, and we slept overnight, and the next morning I was getting ready to drive away, and bang, I hit my head on this thing. And that kind of sucked, but at the same time it's kind of a good thing because it let me know, oh, that's right, I'm probably going to be banging my head on this all the time until I get accustomed to it. So that's why I bought the pipe insulation. I'm hoping that if I put this on the back edge here, that if I bang into it again with my head, it won't hurt quite so bad. So we'll see if this works. This is going to be a learning curve for me as you're watching. So I'm hoping staples will hold this on the bottom, and then I'm hoping that the fabric wrapped over the top will hold it there as well. I'm also going to hit the inside of this with some spray adhesive as well. So wish me luck. Let's see if this is going to work. So to start with, I am going to cut this to length. And there we go. And we will see if I can staple this on here. Okay, well, the spray adhesive didn't really help out with the foam, so I'm going to hope that the fabric pulled real tight along here and then pulled, wrapped around. I'm hoping that's going to hold this good and tight. We'll see what happens. I guess that's the side I want. think I'm just going to start on one edge, kind of like that. All right, that seems to be holding nicely. I don't know how well this stuff sticks though, and because I've got this, I'm gonna be pulling it tight, and it might be trying to pull the fabric up away from the board here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put a few more staples right along here. Okay. Also, one other thing I don't wanna forget is I wanna make sure I know right where these mounting holes are. So I'm just going to mark them right now. Yeah, right there. I'll do that on the other side too. Okay, I got those marked. Now it's just a matter of pulling this up nice and tight and securing it as best I can along here. Okay, I think I want it really tight against this surface here. So I'm going to hit that with some glue. I'm not sure what's the best way to do this. That's working. Okay, almost done. I do recommend doing the bottom first like I did, because it's real easy to get that one side flat without any wrinkles. This side, I'm thinking there's probably going to be some wrinkles here and there, but it doesn't matter so much because it's the top, which you're not going to be looking at. All right, I think I'll just stick the edges down and then give them a trim, and I think this thing's done. Okay, I got all the edges trimmed, everything's tacked down good and tight. I ran a bunch of staples right along here, and here it is. Here's the finished shelf. This is the bottom, this is the side we're going to be looking at from below. And the top. This thing will keep things from flying off. Time to go put this in the van. Okay, well, installation was pretty simple. It was just like I showed you earlier when I checked the fit of this thing by angling these brackets back and putting this thing up and lifting it and putting them that way. So pretty simple to put it back in. And then you just run the mounting hardware and bolt it up, and there it is. And guess what? I can bang my head and it doesn't hurt anymore. So that's pretty cool. So anyway, there it is. I hope this video was helpful to you. If it was, give us a thumbs up. That would really help us out. And subscribe to our channel. That would help us out a lot as well. Thanks so much. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.